Wow, look at you. What number is that, Benji?
And number 16. You might know number 16.
That's right. 16, day 16. What are you making?
I'm in number 100. You might know number 100 too. Do you might know number 100?
I love the number 100.
Here's a number 1. And here's a 10 and a 20.
And what does that make?
It makes 100. 100 days of making comics.
It's day 16 of 100 days of making comics. I'm Joshua Kemble, and the 100 days of making comics is the challenge where you spend at least 30 minutes a day on your personal project for 100 days consecutively. And so today I'm actually hoping to kind of get a little further, ink at least a panel on this page right here. And so far the last thing I inked was basically this. So that's the last bit. Actually this whole bit. So today I'm hoping to ink here and maybe even dip into inking here. We'll see how it goes. The only other thing is, like, today was a really good day, as you can see at the top. Spent some good time with my family. Actually, Benji's great grandma came by to visit, and she usually lives in New Mexico, so that's kind of a cool thing. So other than that, I'm just gonna basically work on my comics. So I will follow up with you guys after I'm done working on this. And yeah, I hope all is going well with those of you who are taking on the hundreds challenge. I know from the Facebook, it seems like a lot of people are on it. So all right, I will talk to you guys then. Okay, so I'm noticing this issue on these pages that basically I hadn't noticed, but occasionally will be an issue when I use a lot of cross-hatching like this, where in this case I hadn't really made the shadows dark enough in certain areas, so it's starting to make it actually very difficult to read. So I'm going to re-hit it a little bit just to try to make there be a little more contrast, especially under her, so that this reads a little better from a distance. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now. Okay, so I do feel like adding those spot blacks, like the ink's still drying, but it does make the images pop a little better with all of the hatching going on without a central focus or like a contrast like what I added between her legs and behind her back here. It would be really difficult to read. I also darkened it up a little bit here too, so it'll read better. And then aside from that, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I got in my 30 minutes. I was hoping to kind of get to this, but once again, the goal of this challenge is not to burn out. And if I start getting into this, it's going to be really hard for me to take a break. Whereas tomorrow, I can ink this entire figure and spend my time on it, make it look good, not rushed, not burn out, and I think that I'll have a more successful page. That's the dogs in the background barking. So yeah. So this is the page so far. The sequence is reading really well. I'm excited about finishing the page tomorrow, and then probably the next day doing scans and cleanup. And for that 100 days, I'll probably show you guys a little bit of how I do that, what scanner I use, etc. So yeah, The one thing I also wanted to say that I haven't mentioned on these is like this is my art table. Okay, so part of why I use this old school style drafting table is this was actually my father's, and it was given to me after my dad passed away. He was a graphic designer. He actually designed that poster when he used to work doing graphic design for USC. And so I have that for inspiration to kind of remember my heritage, to remember my dad and stuff like that. And then I also have this old school drafting table that I've kind of carried with me ever since I was like a freshman. Well, not a freshman, I was like a junior at CSULB. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. As you can see, kind of organized chaos the way I have things set up. So I'm going to do some revisions on a t-shirt for a client, and then I've shown you guys the t-shirt on previous vlogs. It's basically like a design of a woman with like jellyfish in her hair, and basically the client wants me to now make the hair like blonde, which means completely reworking the hair, but yeah, I think it actually will look better and making it easier to distinguish between the jellyfish and the hair. So I think that's pretty much it. And then she also wants the character to be smiling more, and so I'm gonna have to kind of rework the mouth and stuff on that. But I'm gonna get to that, but for now, that's basically it for the 100 Days of Comics. And then I'll probably try to record a little bit of that, just, you know, because it's art and I'm working on it, and you guys might wanna see that. So we'll get to that, but first, I need to take care of this madness. Okay, time for a haircut. Okay, haircut's done.
Okay, so I got a little further on the illustration for that client that is for a t-shirt design, so I'll show you what I've changed so far. But it's now like 12:30 midnight and I need to edit the rest of this video, get it uploaded, and probably get some sleep. So I'm gonna call it a night, but I'll show you first what I did. Okay, so this is the previous version of the t-shirt, and I can kind of see what the client was talking about. They're also going to want me to rework the mouth a little bit. I didn't get to that because I'm still working on a lot of the flowing hair. But she wants these jellyfish to kind of stand out a little better. And so what I did was basically start reworking the hair, and I'm going to have to redraw some of this as well. But so the first idea was to kind of put this like white over it, and then I put it on a low opacity so that I can kind of see through it. But when I'm done, what I'll do is set the white to 100%, so it'll be more like this. And this is as far as I got on the hair. But it is late, and so I'm gonna complete the rest of the hair tomorrow, and then of course clean up these lines and stuff. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. And that'll do it. Alright, so day 16 of 100 Days of Making Comics is complete. Thanks to those of you who've subscribed, commented, and shared my YouTube videos. It means a lot, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.